United versus Brentford. I will let you sort of take the charge on this one because I was actually at a wedding yesterday. So
I might as well been.
What you mean?
So what happened was United didn't look like scoring the whole game. 92 minutes, I go, listen, we haven't looked like even attempting at the goal for 92 minutes. Let's just get gone. We'll skip the traffic and we'll be home within the hour.
This absolutely stinks from you, by the way. I condemn this behaviour.
So every single game, right, we stay till the final whistle. Every game.
I've never, ever in my life left a game early. Never.
Right, yeah. So every single game, we always stay till the whistle blows. But this week, I don't know what it was. I was just feeling like shy and I just didn't want to stay in traffic. I was driving. I just didn't want to do it. I couldn't think of anything worse. Losing to Brentford and staying in traffic that's going to be like 2 hours long, right? And because the trains were off, I knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
So I went, right, in 92 minutes, come on, it was 5 minutes added on. 3 minutes, they're not going to score 2 or even 1, really. They end up scoring 2.
You didn't account for Scotty McSauce.
Mate, he hasn't done anything for about 2 years.
I'm also adding this onto the list of howlers you've made this season.
I know, honestly. Ever since we started the podcast, it's been cursed.
You've got Mudryk as your flop one to watch.
Did I not put him as a flop, though?
You put him as a flop and a one to watch. I don't even know how you can have him as both.
Did I?
That was one of your first.
Or was it like a one to worth mentioning, though?
Yeah, you had him as basically, we had a new category, which was flop to watch. We're looking at perspective. We're looking at flops and saying this could be the turnaround, but they're still shit. You had him as that. You've took Watkins out your team, even though he's got points on fantasy every single week, and then you've left Old Trafford before Scotty McSauce comes on and scores 2 in injury time to give United a big win going into the international break. You're dropping stinker after stinker here, and it's all on. It's out there for the world to witness.
I know.
So you need to say some more controversial things, but more against the grain. So I need you to say things like,
I love Watkins.
No, you can leave that out. Things like Højlund absolutely stinks, and then he might start doing, you need to do things that are going to benefit us as United fans.
Rashford is the best winger I've ever seen.
Then he's going to start playing well. You're not getting the thing.
No, it's not. Oh, no.
You need to say something so the opposite will happen.
Oh, he's awful. Sorry. Yeah, he's the worst player I've ever seen in my life.
But, I mean, I've only seen the highlights. I was at this wedding. Could not believe it when I was sat at the table and I was looking, similar to you, but obviously your experience in the ground, that I've seen we've nicked one back and I'm thinking, a point's better than nothing, but still a disappointing result at home.
Walking out the ground, all we heard like a cheer, right? And it was like an away fans cheer. It was just like quick, but it must have been the McTominay equaliser, so people are like, at least we didn't win.
Yeah,
lose.
Yeah.
But we was like, that's away fans, they've fucking got another, haven't they? So there was quite a lot of people left like us.
I think a lot of people do leave early.
Yeah, but we was walking out and then someone went, McTominay's just scored, and we went, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It would have been absolute limbs as well. And then as soon as we was getting towards the car, we just heard like loads of cars going beep, 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 like going ape shit with the beeps. And then some guy like goes past in traffic. He's like, McTominay 2-1. And we was like, I want to die.
Do you know what? You know how some things in this world have like the same energy? Like I always say, for some reasons, some of these things just have correlation for no real reason. Like if you leave the ground early, I think you're someone that probably cashes out bets. Like before they come
I don't really do bets.
Similar, like another one, for example, would be like, for some reason, like school leavers hoodies. I know we're going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I attribute those to people that ride horses. Like there's some sort of, like people in school that bought those leavers hoodies.
They're all
horse riding girls. Like who else bought the leavers hoodies? And I think if you're the sort of person that leaves the ground early before the game's over, you're the sort of guy that cashes out a bet for like £1 and then it comes in. Like it's got the exact same energy.
To be fair, my bets are always like I put a quid on and it gets me £2 million back. They're my bets. I put like
go big or go home.
Yeah, and I don't cash them out.
Absolutely cracked you up there with that. I hope somebody's had a giggle out of that and knows someone's got to relate.
Do you know what? It actually, because just thinking of it now, you've said it. I can actually picture about 4 girls that have done it.
Honestly,
like the
horse riders buy levers jumpers. Please, if you guys can relate.
But that Onana, like, he is stinking Old Trafford out, isn't he? Like
midweek as well.
Do you know what? It wasn't just United fans. A lot of different other fans were saying United have got a one of the top keepers in the Premier League now.
For sure, yeah.
No one thought he'd be this bad at actually shot stopping.
No, I think that's what's really been a real mess, because I do think he's been quite good with his feet. I know he has a howler with one of the midweek passes.
Well, Dowse went with me to United and he says, like, my God, can he ping a ball?
Oh, it's great.
But it doesn't matter when you're still making the mistakes that De Gea made.
Yeah, and
probably worse.
Me and you have both mentioned this before, and I will give him a bit of slack because he is still new. It's been terrible so far, I won't deny it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has really exposed those outfield players, because you see how long he holds onto the ball for sometimes when he's got it in his possession and he's not really being pressed.
It's got no movement.
He mustn't be happy with the options he's got, which is why he isn't releasing the ball immediately.
I didn't get it, though, because in pre-season, do you know the first game at Old Trafford, Onana picks the ball up, pings it to the left, Rashford's in on goal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why aren't we getting that?
We're capable of doing it now with a player like that. I'm just really hoping that this is like a really bad teething issue and it's a bad start, but it'll come good. And I still think it will. I've seen a lot of people criticising Mason Mount. I didn't see his performance on Saturday.
I thought he was good.
But I've enjoyed him in every game nearly. I've not thought that people have been making out like he's been a bad signing.
No.
And I know I had him in me flop list, but that's basically based on the data we've got.
Yeah. I say good, though, but he didn't... He's a good presser. It's just like nothing going
I'm looking
forward.
At his energy and I'm thinking, I don't know how people are watching him and going, oh, this guy's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see a game this season and say Mount didn't work hard enough.
Yeah, like he's come in and he's been the closest thing to a Fred figure we've had in there. And a lot of people be like, oh, you're saying he's... I really, really liked Fred in his time at United.
His energy was like, you couldn't really question it, could you?
No. What I would say is Scott McTominay obviously must want a new contract, because that performance to get 2 goals. The first one is a really good goal.
Yeah.
The second one, let's talk about Harry Maguire. It's all about Harry Maguire. My fucking man. My Colossus at the back.
He actually had an okay game.
He's in there, he wins. He's played in the Palace game and we win.
Yeah.
Obviously the cup game, not the league game.
I think
Get that man on the fucking pitch.
Honestly, to be fair, and this is weird me saying it because I don't like Maguire, but I'd rather have him at the back at the moment than Lindelof. I think Lindelof's looking shaky. And Evans looks 10 times better than all of our players.
I think he's come in and he's provided that experience, hasn't he? I saw a few people saying we did maybe need someone like that that's just got the experience. So maybe some of the younger people in the dressing room, he's just a good leader. And I'm all for having him around. He's obviously not going to play every game, and he's joined on that premise. He knows he's not going to play all the time.
Yeah.